It's the number of employees, right? Employees. What is that? It's also relation. Relation is a group of data, right? So output is also relation. So relational operation, any relational operation, input is a relation also, output is also relation. That means output of the relation can be input of another operation. For example, I try to select employee who works for department number 4 and salary is bigger than 30K. At that time, employee, I'd like to use this one. You can make the input of this one, output of this one as the input of salary is bigger than 30K. You can write this one. Okay? That's no problem. This is called what? Relational expression. If you combine the many relational operations, it will be relational expression. Like the sentence that you are using. Sentence consists of many words. Okay? By combining words, it can be a relational expression. How many? As many as possible. Okay? Also, you may realize, can we write one relational operation like the n? E-N-O equals 4? Yes, it's possible. So, this is not a problem to combine the condition into one. And you can separate. Okay? So, that is the selection condition. The first thing, most important operation used in relational model. This one will be what? Select from where? Column name, from relational name, and condition. So just directly convert into the database language, SQL. So SQL is based on this relational operation. So for example, this one. What is this? This is the employee, okay? Relation. If you apply the selection operation, for example, DNO is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3 employees will be returned. That is also relation. It's a new relation. Sometimes it's called the output relation, or it's a temporal relation, so it doesn't matter. So there are properties. I believe, because you already have a strong background on math, you understand this one, right? Really, seriously, if you cannot understand this, you need to take the basic algebra in elementary school. Okay? This is one relational operation, selection operation, right? It can be divided into many relational operations using logical operations like the OR, then you can separate and so on. Output are same. Okay? The next one. Yes?
The last condition. It means it's gonna do the first one or the second one.
Yes, first this condition, then this condition, then OR. Okay?
So it's gonna do one of them or
union.
So it's not both, either this condition and this condition. For this condition, it should be and both. Satisfied with the two conditions. You can separate, or you can combine into one. The next, what is another definition of the relation? It's a group of data also, group of row, group of tuple, group of attribute. It's a group of column. Can you remember most of the current modern database systems support row database approach. However, nowadays, column-based approach is also very important when we have bunch of column, bunch of attributes. Similarly, I don't need to access all attributes of the employee over here. I need only first name, last name. If I access all of this, it's a waste of space, right? In your programming, DBMS programming, definitely you should define some temporary space to keep all the results before you return to your user, right? But I don't need all the other. What I need is a first name, last name. Is there any way to specify, limit such a column name, attribute name? Yes, that is called project. So second operation is first selection. Next one is project. Project is symbolized by capital letter of pi. This is pi, right? If you cannot see this, it's a pi. So how can we use this one? It's the same thing. Input is the relation, and instead of condition, we can specify the list of attributes that you want to retrieve. For example, here, I'd like to retrieve all employee. All employee means you don't need a selection operation, but I need last name, first name, and salary. You can specify list of employees like here. That is actually used in SQL. Here, you can specify the column name. Okay, so this is the projection. So you can use the attribute list, and be careful. Relational operation actually comes from set theory. Set is ordered set. Also, it does not allow duplicate data. So when you project the relation, it's not only for the project operation, any relational operation, in case you have any duplicate data, it will be automatically removed. It allows only one. Output is a relation. Relation should have what? Primary key, which means no duplication. So any duplicate data will be removed by the relational operation. Another thing, so can we combine the two or more project operation? Yes, you can do that. It's a relational expression. Definitely, you can use this, or you can use separately. It's not a big deal. And what if, can I combine the selection operation and project operation together?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, no problem. Input of the relational operation, relation. Output of relational operation, relation. You can combine either way. So, for example, it doesn't have such an example. For example, I'd like to retrieve the employee who works for, I'd like to employ the last name and first name who works for department number 4. Okay? So, first, department number 4, employee. Yes? Then I need first name, last name, and salary. That's it. So you can combine such a way. Can we change this one and this one like this?
Yes.
Are they same?
Yes.
This one is the error.
Yes.
Why? You do not have DNO after projection, right? So you should be careful. It's not a problem technically to change the order. It's okay. However, if you project the first name, last name, and salary only, DNO will be gone. So you cannot compare the DNA is equal to 4. You should be careful. Okay? Then, this one. So, last name, first name, and salary, employee. So, total, how many employees we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 employees. What will be the return of this one? So, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, when we project sex and the salary, how many tuples? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7. Why?
Remove duplicated.
We have not.
We have not.
Yeah.
What about the return data? We need sex and salary only. Sex and salary, male 30K, male 40K, female 25, female 43, male 38, female 25. It's a duplicated. The relational operation does not allow such a duplicator. Automatically remove one of them. Only one will be remain. What about the real database?
You will remain.
For example, Oracle or the SQL Server. Do they allow duplication or not?
No.
It allows. Why?
You need it.
Actually, if first time the DBMS implement such a relational model as it is, well, I need all information about this. I can manage such a duplicate data. So SQL actually allows such a duplicate data. So SQL is not exactly same as the relational model. SQL is the language based on the relational model. Sometimes they adapt the idea, sometimes not. So you should be careful. There is a reason SQL has the standard. We will learn what is the standard of the SQL and history of them later. Okay? So far we learn selection, data by data, and projection, attribute by attribute. The next one is rename. There are two different types of the rename. One is the relation, rename of the relation. That is, for example, this time, oh, it's gone. So, for example, this one, input of output of the selection is the input of the projection. So this is called relational expression. In other words, DNO is equal to 4, employee is the result. It's a temporary. Why don't we name this one? Then result of this one, this is the relation. And first name, last name, and salary. Final result. So we can rename step by step. Okay? Instead of the one big relational expression. Sometimes it's hard to understand. You have the 10 or 20 relational operation together. So you can make the simple relational expression using rename. So you can use the arrow. Rename of the relation. Okay? And also another rename is rename of the attribute. Sometimes I use the FN instead of the F name. So attribute name is very complicated. I try to simplify. So at that time, you can rename of the attribute. Also, for example, here, secretary first name. First name in technician. Actually, the names are the name of attribute are the same, but it's different. It's a different data. Okay? So this is a secretary first name. This is a technician first name. So I want to differentiate. If we use name, we don't know whether this is a department name, this is an employee name, this is a course name. Okay? So sometimes I want to differentiate such a name of column. At that time, you can use row operation. The name of the attribute, that's the row operation. So for example here, So example is here. So relation, output of the, this is a relation, has the n number of attributes. You can rename by B1, B2 through Bn. So you can rename such a relation using row operation. This is a Greek character, row. Okay? There are two types of the rename. One is the rename of the relation, okay, using arrow. Another one is rename of the attribute using row operation. Then, as you know, the relational model is based on the set theory. So set theory includes bunch of the operations like the intersection, minus, union, exclusive or, and bunch of complement, bunch of other. We can adapt, employ such an idea, such an operation to relational operation. So union, what is the union? So either of them, right? As long as the either of them, we can. For example, to retrieve the social security number, all employees who either works on department number 5 or directly supervise an employee who works in department number 5. There are two major conditions. Okay, one is the first one, who works in department number 5. We can make the relational expression like the employee who works for department number 5. Then rename DP5 underbar employees. The next one is, and then we need a social security number. Okay. Then next one is supervise an employee who works in department number 5. We need a supervisor social security number from here, right? Supervised social security number is result 2. Then it's a or, so we can union result of first relational expression, result of second relational expression. Can union. So that is a union operation. What else? Set operation. Intersection. In case n, this is the AND operation. What else? Minus. Belongs to the first one, not second one. Right? That is minus. Okay, then let's see.
So the last result will be the final result?
Yes.
This one? Yes, this is a final result of this long expression. Eventually, this relational expression will be converted to what? SQL. Ironically, actually, DBMS. What is the DBMS? The software like the Oracle or SQL Server. So you type the SQL to access this information. Actually, DBMS convert SQL into this in the database engine. Why? Database language. What is a language? Programming language. It's a communication tool. It's not the low-level language. It's a low-level operation. No, it's not low-level. It's a high-level language between computer and human being. Human being cannot understand the low-level language or the operation. So it's a very high level to communicate with computer him. Then the computer will convert that language into the original path, how to access the data. Then decide, first employ. When you see this one, it's very clear how to access the data. Okay? So then union. This is an example of the union. So first name, last name, first name, last name. Then, this time. What about the name? Name. Do they have to the same name of the attribute when you union? No, it doesn't have to. However, they should be same domain. They should be in the same domain. Can I union social security number and first name? No, they are different group, different domain. You cannot union, combine you cannot do set operation for different domain. That is called type comparability. Type should be comparable. It's not the exact same name. It doesn't have to be the same name, but type, domain should be comparable. Comparable means it doesn't have to be exactly same, but as long as they can be transferred. Okay? So that is very important. So sometimes when you write the SQL database language, if you do not follow the type comparability, your SQL will be error. So in this case, even though fn or fname, different name, but it will work. Why? Because both of them are the type comparable. What if we have middle name initial over here? Can it be type comparable? No, because it has only fn last name, 2 columns. But if this one has 3 columns, it's not type comparable. So set operation require type comparability. So these are the example of this one. Also, be careful. Any duplicate data will be removed over here. So difference is the same. And also you probably definitely understand such a relational algebra operation for the set. Next time we will discuss about the Cartesian product and finish all of the relational operations. Okay? And Thursday we do not have the exercise lab. Instead we will have the lecture. Okay? And probably I need to reschedule the exercise lab because I need more time to finish the SQL part. Even though we have the exercise lab, before you have the exercise lab, I'd like to introduce the basic of the SQL. Then you can easily do the something, the programming, and so on. Any question? Okay, so if I do not mention about the due date of the homework anytime, it will be automatically 1 week later. Okay, and the exercise lab, GA probably informed you. So today is the due date of the exercise lab. But usually, most of case, GA is in charge of collecting the homework and grading the homework. First, why don't you contact GA regarding to the exercise lab homework? Also, if you check the Blackboard, you will see the grade of your homework. Okay, that you submitted homework 1 and homework 2.
Sure.
And homework 3 is next week. Thank you, and see you next week.